Hi, if you're new over here, I am Jennifer and I am a Christian life coach. What I do, I specialize in relationships. So, whatever type of relationship that you have, whether it be your spousal relationship, your church family, your siblings, anybody, your work family, that's what I specialize in. However, there's a book that I wrote that is called Love and Conditions, Understandable Communications in Marriage. And in that book, there are 5 stories from persons, married couples. They talk about the issues that they have in their marriage and how they navigate them with Christ in the vessel. All right. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead now and hit that button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you can see me as soon as I post something. So this morning, I actually want to talk about that slang that I created that's called "Don't let your spouse leave the room." And I'm going to go ahead and explain that to you. All right. And what I simply mean is there are some times when you are away from your spouse, meaning you may be at home, your spouse is at work. All right. Say, for example, you are at work, your spouse is at work, wherever, but you are in different locations at the time. So, in order for you to have your spouse in the room, which is a slang, I'm going to explain it to you. You know, sometimes when you're out there, of course, you're attractive, so you may have persons trying to make a pass at you or trying to say something to you, even though you're wearing a wedding band. It all depends on the person out there. There are ways in which you can deal with these persons to let them know that, hey, I am taken. I'm not only wearing a wedding band, but I'm taken. I respect my marriage, I respect my spouse, and you can't go any further. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example of how to deal with something like this. So, if you are out there as a woman and you're wearing a dress, and a man said to you, hey, that dress fits you, or you look good in that dress, whatever he says. In order for you, of course, nothing is wrong with you taking a compliment. Nothing is wrong with you getting a compliment. But most of the times when persons say things to you and they have an ulterior motive, your response is what will show them whether or not they have a chance with you. So the man said to you, that dress looks good on you, or you're sexy in that dress, or whatever it is that the man may say to you. As a woman, how you're gonna respond to him to let him know that he can't go any further. You can say something like, that's exactly what my husband said this morning when I put it on. Thank you so much. When I get home, I certainly will tell him. When you do something like that, it shows that you are building a hedge of protection around your marriage. And the man, whether he knows you're married or not, he will definitely know that he can't go any further. Of course, when you get a compliment, let me show you how people normally answer. If the person say to you, you look good in that dress, it suits you fine, you look sexy in that dress, normally you say thank you. And when you say thank you, you normally do it in a blushing way. And nothing is wrong with that. But sometimes when we blush, we let our guards down. We have to be intentional with our marriage, because remember, the enemy is out there right now like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour in regards to marriages. So you have to be careful. So instead of answering thank you first, you are going to pull your husband in the room by saying, that's exactly what my husband told me this morning. Thank you. When I get home, I'll definitely tell him. So you made a sandwich right there. Starting out with your husband, say thank you in the middle, husband at the end, and you're good to go. And in the same breath with the man, he can say that as well. If a woman said to him, that shirt really looks good on you, the shirt fits you, I love your shirt, I love that color. Nothing is wrong with her saying that. Of course, you can go ahead and you can do the compliment. You can bask in it and you can say, that's exactly what my wife told me this morning. Or, that's exactly what my wife said the day when she was buying it for me, that this would definitely look good on me. Thank you. I will let her know when I get home. When you do things like those, it helps. It help you not only help to say, let someone know that you're married and you're happily married, but when you talk, you will notice that when you talk about your spouse in their absence, there's something that builds up in you. So go ahead. Don't let your spouse leave the room. Never let your spouse leave the room.